guys, it's Tracy with Stampin' Away with Tracy, and I want to show you how I made this sweet little card today. I really want to focus on how to create this designer series paper, and that's what I'm going to show you in this video. So let's get started. The stamp sets that we're going to be working with today is Painted Poppies. We're going to be working with a lot of these stamps here. And Peaceful Moments. I need some birthday cards, so I chose that sentiment for the birthday. Happy birthday. The die set that we're going to be using today is the Painted Label dies. And that's actually in the mini catalog, page 25, if you're interested. If you would like a catalog, down below, I will have a link. Fill that out, and I'll be happy to send you a catalog, put you on my email list, and if you include your birth date, I will send you a handmade birthday card. So, let's get started. I chose So Saffron, Melon Mambo, and Granny Green Apple for the colors today. So, we're going to start with Melon Mambo. And this is a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, so it is kind of large, but once you cut it in 4-inch strips and then by 5 1/4, you're going to get 6 cards out of that, plus you'll have a little extra. So there is no rhyme or reason to your pattern. You do it however you like it. You put as much color as you like in whatever colors that you like on here. So pick your favorite colors and just have at it. Get started. That's basically how I did that. Now, I did put some of the Stampin' Up! Gridded paper underneath here because you do stamp off of your 12 by 12 Whisper White. So that's definitely something that you don't want to get the ink everywhere. So let's go ahead and do the leaf, and we're going to use Granny Green Apple. I did like the effect of kind of stamping off a little bit of my page. So you can turn it different ways to make it look different. You can do it sideways, any way that you want, any way that looks pretty to you, because it's your paper, you're designing it. So you'd use your favorite colors. That's definitely what I did. I pulled some pretty colors that I love and that I wanted to work with. And that's definitely how I came up with this. Now remember, you're going to be cutting this in strips of 4 inches. So you're only going to be looking at it in 4-inch strips. Now, let's go ahead, and I'm going to do a small leaf in the Granny Green Apple, just for some filler, just to give a little filler, a little something around the edges, too, that I think will be fun. Kind of whimsical, a little bit. Just a little whimsical. Fill in your edges with your leaf if you want to. Granny Green Apple is one of my favorite springy greens. I love it. It's so pretty. Just one of my favorites. So that's why I chose it. Now, this stamp is in the Painted Poppies stamp set. I didn't like the stem, but I loved this flower. So I took my Melon Mambo and I am just tapping. I'm going to show you. I'm just tapping the top flower. Okay? That's all that I'm putting ink on. So nothing else. Because I really didn't want the stem and all that in there. I only wanted just the flower. So I've kind of used it around the edges in a few places. just to give a little more interest. Just a few places. Okay, now I'm done. Let me put my ink up. Again, Melon Mambo. The next one we used, So Saffron, and Granny Green Apple here. So there you go. Those are the 3 colors that I chose. Now look at that. Isn't that pretty? Now, we're going to bring over a paper trimmer. And we're going to cut this in strips of 4 inches. Okay? Let me move my stamps out of the way. I don't want to get ink on anything. So, you just take it like any designer series paper or any 12 by 12 paper. Paper's getting folded up underneath. There we go. And you take it to 4 inches and cut it. That's basically all you do. Cut it in strips. And of course, it's 12 inches long, so it's going to make 3 strips of paper, of designer series paper for you. So with those 3 strips, you can cut those 3 strips at 5 1/4, like this, and you're going to get 2 from each strip. Plus, you'll have just a little bit left. Let's do this, and I'm going to show you what you're going to have left on one page. So you're going to have these 3 pieces. This you can use as an accent. You could turn it over and use it at a different project maybe. But these are what we're going to work with. Okay? So, now what we need to do is get our Melon Mambo. And let me just cut that really quickly. And we're going to cut that at 4 1/4. And we're going to score at 5 1/2. So, turn it to 5 1/2. And that's where we're going to score at. Okay? So there again, 4 1/4 by 11 inches. And we score right down the middle at 5 1/2 inches from each end. Okay, so there we have it. Now, you can pick whatever piece that you like that works best, that you think is prettiest. Kind of like this one for this project. And this gives us so much designer series paper. Now, you can go ahead and cut this up and have it ready for cards. You can go ahead and make your 6 cards. If you want to make them identical, you can, depending on, you know, whatever you need or your needs at that time. So you have all this pretty designer series paper that you've made yourself that quickly. How did it take me? 3 minutes? It was really, really quick. So let's go ahead and put some liquid multi-purpose glue on. If you watch any of my videos, you know I use this. I do need wiggle room for my multi-purpose. I do like to put it exactly where I want it. And that's easiest for me. It's very economical. It's $4 in the catalog. It lasts for a long time. It does help to turn it upside down and leave it that way. So when you get ready to use it, there's no air at the tip. It's all glue and it doesn't spew. The next thing we're going to do is we cut this out from our die set and we're going to put some multi-purpose glue on it. Just like that. And I want to kind of set it up like this. Okay? The next thing we're going to do is, we've got our little pieces that I've already cut out. Let's bring those up to the project. The next thing we're going to do is Happy Birthday. Now, I also cut this out from the die set that I showed you. It's this die right here, the smaller one, is what we used. and we're going to put it here. Okay, so we're going to get our multi-purpose glue back out. Put just a little bit of glue on, not a lot. I'm going to position it right there. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is I took Whisper White and I stamped with the Melon Mambo, and I cut this out with my die cut. And let's get some Stampin' Dimensionals. And we're just going to put a couple on the back. Now see, I messed up on this one. I just turned the paper over and you cannot see that. That is really a sign of quality paper, and I really like that. Much less waste, which makes me happy. So there you go. I got 3 on there. You don't necessarily need 3. That's just kind of what works for me. And I want to put it right there. Now, when I stamped the happy birthday, I put it at the end of the die, so it gave me some extra room for my flowers here, because I really want to see this Melon Mambo out from underneath it. I think it looks really pretty that way. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to layer on these flowers, and we're going to overlap them. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our Stampin' Dimensional just on one end, because it's going to lay on the paper. This other end is going to lay on cardstock, so you need a little bit of ink, a little bit of glue there. Do you see how I'm layering that in? Okay, now the next one, I really like it down here, and it's kind of framing the happy birthday. You don't have to do it that way if you don't like it that way. But I kind of like to frame that happy birthday in, and again, put a little bit of glue on the end, just so it adds some stability. And there you go. Look how simple creating this beautiful card. Did it take us not very long at all? Making your own designer series paper, you can get the Whisper White in 12 by 12. It's in the catalog. If you don't have a catalog, I'd love to send you one. If you don't have a demonstrator, I can send you one with not a problem at all. Just let me know. Down below is the link. You just need to fill that out for me so I know where to send it. I'm grateful to you all. I appreciate you watching my videos. Check out my other videos. I have lots of tips and tricks. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day. Be good to yourself.